This is for your relatives, your children, your wife, your parents, if they're alive after you. This is not your wealth. So then the sensible person would obviously would want to increase his wealth, his real wealth, for the akhirah. How do we do that? How do we increase our wealth in the akhirah? And that is to invest it with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is to invest with Allah azza wa jal. In this world, you can invest in gold, silver, dollars, euros, pounds, sterling, whatever else. But what is the currency with Allah azza wa jal? What is the single currency that's going to be accepted with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Brothers, what's the currency with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Al-Hasanat. This is the only currency that you'll have available on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Your Hasanat. This is your investment with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's only Hasanat or Sayyat, nothing else. No other medium that's going to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hasanat or Sayyat. Al-Hasanat or Sayyat. Okay, so if that is the case, now business-minded people who think, well, if you're investing into something, you always want to know what's your reward in it and what's the risk associated with that investment. True or not? Yeah, that's common sense. If you want to invest into something, you want to know what's the reward, what you're going to get out of it. And what's the risk. You don't want to put your money into something that's going to be risky, where you're going to lose it. Okay, so you want to have some guarantee that your hard-earned money is not going to be lost just like that. What's the reward-risk ratio of investing with Allah Azza wa Jal? First of all, what's the reward of investing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? For one thing that you put forward for Allah Azza wa Jal, what do you get in return? 700. Okay, 10 for sure. For every action, everything that you do, £1 you spend, you'll get 10 times more in return with Allah Azza wa Jal. Man ja'a bil hasanati falahu ashru amthaliha. Whoever comes with a good deed, he will have 10 likewise. That's guaranteed. You'll get 10. And then on top of that, that's not the end of it. On top of that, it can go up to 700 times. Or sometimes without limit. So which bank in the world or which account in the world is going to give you this kind of return? Anybody knows anywhere you can get that kind of return where you put in £1 and you get 10 in return, or up to 700? This is what you get with Allah Azza wa Jal. This is the reward. And sometimes it's limitless, without a limit. Like in the hadith, Rasulullah said that من تصدق بعدل تمرة من كسب طيب ولا يقبل إلا الطيب فإن الله يقبلها بيمينه ثم يربيها لصاحبها كما يربي أحدكم فلوة حتى تكون مثل الجبل. So just to show you that the little that you invest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how that little can be multiplied so much, far beyond any return that you will get in this world. Some said, whoever gives in sadaqah the equivalent of a date from lawful earning, min kasbin tayyib, for lawful income, and Allah only accepts that which is tayyib, Allah only accepts which is lawful and pure, then Allah Azza wa Jal takes it in His right hand, and He grows this for that person. He grows it. Like one of you who grows or raises a pony. Okay, maybe we won't understand this similarity, but those who keep animals will understand this, that when you keep an animal, you value it, you feed it, you look after it, and you invest a lot of time and effort in raising this animal. Okay, until he grows up to be strong, and perhaps you sell it or use it for some purpose. So like this person, Allah Azza wa Jal grows this small amount that you put forward until it becomes like what? Like a mountain. Like a mountain. This small amount. So this is the level of return you get from Allah Azza wa Jal when you invest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the reward. Any risk involved? Is there any risk? Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. Guaranteed to, you will get whatever you put forward. Allah Azza wa Jal is not going to lose, or is not going to make you lose any of it. Not even a small atom weight of good that you do will be overlooked. Every single thing that you do for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything that you invest with Allah Azza wa Jal, you will see it. You will find it on Yawm al-Qiyamah. No risk, absolutely. So there's no worry about someone running off with your money. No worry about the business failing. No worry about the markets or anything like that. No worry about interest rates changing. Allah Azza wa Jalla has told you from 10 to 700 times. And if you want those extra levels, then you have to seek out those things which will earn you those extra levels. And the ulama mentioned 3 things that will earn you these higher levels. First of all is the level of ikhlas, your level of sincerity when you do this action, or when you spend, when you invest with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Secondly is the type of action. Like for example, when you spend for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, the one who spends for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal is like that corn which has 7 eyes, and then that grows to about 100 more, and so on. I forget the exact translation, but anyway, what it shows that if you spend for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, it's multiplied 700 times. And also the need for the action. So for example, if you give to your relatives, it's better than giving to strangers. So you'll get a greater reward if you give to your relatives, because you're doing 2 things, sadaqah and also keeping the family ties. So that is guaranteed Allah Azza wa Jal. There's no loss, no fear of losing any of your efforts with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So 100%. So my brothers, just a few ways inshallah. There are many ways of investing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the good deeds are investment with Allah Azza wa Jal. Your amal salih, everything that you do, your salah, your zakah, your sawm, your sadaqah, all of this will earn you your hasanat with Allah Azza wa Jal. And there are simple things as well that we may ignore every single day, where you could be building these hasanat on Yawm al-Qiyamah. And I mentioned to the brothers on Saturday night, or the Saturday night I think was the last week, that you can earn 1,000 hasana in a single day very simply. Do you know how? Anybody know how? With tasbih. Yes, with tasbih, subhanallah. Rasulullah said in the hadith, are you not able to earn 1,000 hasana in a single day? And they asked, how, Ya Rasulullah? He said, saying tasbih 100 times, and it's multiplied 10 times, so you get 1,000. So 1,000 hasana there for you. Very simple. Okay? And dhikr of Allah Azza wa Jal, the simple things that you can do with your tongue, doesn't take much effort. All of these can earn you hasanat, and you could be earning this hasanat. So if you imagine every good deed that you do, you're getting 10 hasana for it. Okay, so that means you have to do a lot of evil. You have to do a lot of evil for your sayyi'at to overcome your hasanat on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Right? If you imagine Allah Azza wa Jal, every time you do a bad deed, He only writes down 1 bad deed. It's not multiplied. And every time you do a good deed, you get 10 good deeds at the very least. So for someone on Yawm al-Qiyamah, for their sayyi'at to outweigh their hasanat, they truly must have done a lot of sayyi'at, or they did not do any hasanat at all. So my brothers, we can earn all of this every single day. Okay? Just at the end of the day, think to yourself, what have I done today? Okay, keep a hisab. Muhasaba. This is muhasaba. What good have you done? How can you increase on that good? So that inshallah on Yawm al-Qiyamah your hasanat are building up. And of course it's very difficult to keep a record of all of it. But you know if you've done wrong, then you need to compensate. In the hadith of Mu'adh, what did Rasul say? اتق الله ثم كنت عتبي السيئة الحسنة. That fear Allah wherever you are, and follow up a bad deed with a good one. تمحوها. So if you've done a bad one, do a good one, so it'll wipe away the bad one, and then